Hello everybody, welcome to Speakeasy. I'm Zach. And I'm Jake.
I'm having a great day. We are the Dirt Road Men.
Hell yeah, we are. This is Audra.
Oh, that's what you get for trying to crouch off camera. Oh. So we're doing an impromptu review.
We have Weller Antique 107.
Yes.
So
there's a lot of story behind this one.
Is there?
Thank you for putting it up front, especially since it was off camera. There's a story that needs to go into this. Can you not?
So is this, okay. I was wondering where the 107 came from.
Yeah, it's 107 proof. I would have got there.
Okay, I was just...
Let me tell the story.
Tell me a story.
I'm trying.
Do or do not. There's no try.
Anyway, so Jake shared this thing to me on Facebook that I think was done by Heaven Hill Distillery. Had to be.
Yeah, it's Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace, that's what I meant. Okay, whatever. Anyway, and it was make your own whiskey, like design your own whiskey. You didn't get to get really fancy, like you didn't get to do finishing or weird experimentation, but just the general whiskey process. And we designed our own whiskeys, and wouldn't you know, what it spit out for me and what it spit out for him were different versions of Pappy Van Winkle. Technically mine was Old Rip Van Winkle 10-year. And that's basically unattainable. I've never seen a bottle in person.
I've never seen a bottle of any of the Van Winkle lineup in person.
Yeah, me neither. I've seen lots of pictures. But, so I started doing research, because I was like, there's got to be something close to that, right? Well, it turns out there's something with the same mash bill, made by the same company, aged in the same warehouse, at the same proof as the one that they gave me, and yours was barrel proof, but the only difference between this and Old Rip Van Winkle 10-year is 3 years of age. This is 7 years old. And, you're gonna light up during the video?
Well, I just remembered.
Well, I have notes written down for this one, but I don't have notes written down for the other one we were going to shoot.
Oh, okay.
But, that's how we ended up on our search for Weller Antique 107, and it turned out to be really impossible to find, which is hilarious, because when we started doing these videos, you could find it almost anywhere for like $30.
The first time I saw a bottle of this, it was on sale. It was a 1 liter bottle.
Like this.
For under 15. I'm kicking myself in the teeth for not buying the whole case now.
Yeah, yeah, that would be nuts. in increase. And the aftermarket price for this in a lot of places is like $100. And I got it for $50, and I was actually pretty happy with that price. Because what I was getting in aftermarket prices was like $120.
Yeah.
So
and for a 1 liter bottle of really good bourbon, that's not a bad price.
Yeah, so when we got to design basically our dream bourbon, I aged mine 10 years. It was a wheated mash bill. It came out, I think it started out like 75% corn or so. I dialed that back to about 70, let's say. And then I flipped it from rye to wheat. And I said I wanted it to be between 100 and 120 proof, because I was thinking about the proof of rare breed, and I was like, that's about the top end of what I would genuinely enjoy, I bet. And it spit that out. And then after research, I ended up here. So, yeah, I got excited and I got it, and I enjoyed it so much we figured we better shoot a review, because it might not make it to January to get reviewed.
Is this going to make it to Christmas?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm probably not going to drink it during the week, so.
Okay.
Unless you come over, and then, yeah, I might not make it to Christmas. And we do have the whole weekend before Christmas.
I know one of those days I'm probably not going to want to get out of bed. Noah and I are going bar hopping again.
Oh, no.
And
cool.
This year I'm doing only whiskey, so.
Yeah.
I guess.
Are you guys going bar hopping alone, or? Because you didn't last time, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was the year before that you didn't.
We never went bar hopping with anybody else.
Okay, I'm gonna let that go because we're on camera. That's completely false. Anyway, so there aren't that many wheated bourbons out there, which is upsetting to me because the wheat adds like a really nice, sweet smoothness to this, and yet it's still really complex. Like it doesn't take away anything really.
I think the reason a lot of the bigger distilleries don't do wheat is because just like more of a heritage thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think just a lot of them started out doing more rye.
Yeah.
Possibly because like colonial times, like rye was a big thing, and that's where
We're off the cuff on here. We're guessing.
yeah.
I hate that we have crappy reception here. Plus my phone's trying to keep up with this new app we found for Seth.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into later. But, Phileticus. Anyway. Sorry.
What?
It said Phileticus.
Oh, it said it again.
Yeah. So,
I think.
let's try to focus. I don't want to have to edit this part out.
Sorry.
So, it's called Antique 107 because it's 107 proof. We've done Weller before on video, and I'm super upset that we didn't like the regular special reserve or whatever to begin with. Because I didn't get any of the other stuff in the Weller line because I wasn't fond of the regular one to begin with. I don't know because I'll need to buy a bottle of Blade and Bow. But this might be my favorite whiskey ever.
Yeah, it's definitely in the top 10 for me.
Top 10? You can't even give it top 5?
Probably in the top 5. There's a lot of whiskey, man.
Yeah, and there's a lot that you just really enjoy.
And there's a lot I'm probably not thinking of.
Yeah. What do you get for notes on this? Because I've got a lot written down. Like a lot. I was surprised at how complex it was.
I haven't really been thinking about trying to pull notes. It's just so good.
It's really smooth and drinkable, but if you take the time, it's like Blade and Bow. It's really smooth, drinkable, easy, and Blade and Bow is made by Stitzel Weller too. But it has all these notes and complexities if you just look for them.
Definitely get a lot of your classic bourbon. But it's sweeter, like more of like a honey floral sweet. But definitely got the vanilla, a little bit of apple.
Yeah. Apple was like the first note my wife picked out. I was surprised. One note that I got from this that I haven't gotten from another whiskey before, sometimes I get like a honeyed sweetness. Mm-hmm. I got like straight up maple syrup on this.
Okay.
And I was pleased. Particularly on the taste, on the palate. So, let me get to my notes I wrote down here. Yeah, so on the nose I put, a really smooth vanilla, cherry, apple, and maple syrup. And then on the taste, it kind of like, right up front, because of the higher proof, it kind of like hits you with that punch that I'm familiar with from like Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah.
And some of the bottled and bonds. That's why I tend to go for bottled and bond, because it's got a little higher alcohol content. It bites me a little bit. And I really like that. I also noticed like a hint of smokiness that I haven't pulled from a bourbon outside of Long Branch. Sorry, I forgot to finish the Long Branch earlier. Like if you had... The kind you would taste in a steak if you had left wood chips and jack all day and then thrown them in your grill and cooked your steak.
That sounds amazing.
You've never done that? My dad, I guess you don't have a grill, so my dad used to do that when I was a kid. It's awesome.
It sounds amazing.
It is. And I get that out of this. That was another unique note that I really enjoyed.
That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Well, okay. No, there's. I saw this really cool thing There's like a little pot you stick in your gas grill that you can put charcoal in or wood chips or whatever. So you get those flavors out of your propane too.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah,
Vanilla ice cream. Like vanilla bean ice cream. Good vanilla.
The thing that makes this whiskey so awesome for me is it has everything that I like about Blade and Bow pretty much going on, but it also has that punch that I like from Wild Turkey 101 that I haven't really gotten from much else. And that part of that has always been the high rye finish, and this doesn't have any rye notes, but yet it's still, because of the alcohol content, I assume, hits me a little bit. What?
What, Seth?
Can we not do this in video?
Have you seen my name?
No, I haven't seen your name. Oh, okay. Just say something, dude. Don't pull me aside to where I gotta look at my phone.
Yeah.
F Seth's here. Say hello. Jeez, kid.
Oh, this guy. You threw me off my entire train of thought. I would really like to try this at cask strength.
Me too. That was really the biggest difference between mine and yours, besides the fact that you aged yours like as long as it would let you, was you left yours at cask strength. And I don't know if there's a cask... Yes, there is. I did the research on yours. The one we need for you is the William LaRue Weller, which is still only aged 12 years, but it's cask strength.
Yeah, and it's really hard to get a bourbon past 10 years, really.
Yeah, no kidding. Elijah Craig makes an 18. Somebody else made a 21. Jim Beam and Wild Turkey have a 17.
Well, yeah, the Jim Beam decades. I thought they go up to. I thought it just kind of depended on what tasted better out of the.
Yeah, but they said it was all at minimum 17 years old, and we were like, why couldn't you say 18? Because we were looking for friendship bourbon, and we ended up with friendship scotch.
And half the time it's really like a matter of like a couple of months.
Yeah.
Before, but they're like, okay, this tastes perfect now. Let's put it in a barrel or take it out of the barrel.
The last or second to last release of William LaRue Weller was 12 years and like 8 months. I was like, come on! Just give it another 4. So, but this really varies in price. I found people in the Whiskey Tribe group on Facebook that were finding it for $30 a pop in, like, I think it was South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Here it's hard to find. I went to probably half a dozen liquor stores. Basically, you've got to go to the big liquor stores or get lucky at a smaller one, because it's allocated and the smaller ones can never get more than 2. So, yeah, I did make friends with a lot of liquor store owners looking for this. This is the second time I've gone on the super hunt for a whiskey.
Yeah.
And so they were just like, okay, who the hell are you? Why do you care this much?
Here's what I do, and here's a product.
And I did have one store owner say that if he could get a case of anything and we were willing to buy a whole case, if he didn't think he could sell it, then he would get it for us. So if there was something we didn't normally see that he could get and he just doesn't because he doesn't sell any, we can get it as long as we get a whole case.
Sounds like we'd have a whole lot of bourbon on our hands.
There's worse problems to have.
Yes, there are.
Not to steal a quote from, I think that was Jimmy Russell.
Yes, it was.
But anyway, I suppose we should quit filleting this bottle and just give it a rating.
10.
10. This is, it's got the boxing gloves on to try for the best bourbon I've ever had. Which is good, because that also means we know enough about bourbon and stuff that we know how to pick out what we would like.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's really cool. Till we see you again, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jake.
And we are the Dirt Road Men. Hey everybody, if you like this video, hit a like or dislike, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you really like what we're doing, check us out over on Facebook, where we post every day.